Hello, welcome to Top of the World. It is that day. It is that day where this big tree out the back of the cabin is coming down. And then we're going to start cutting down this side, just as we spoke about yesterday. I'm going to take this one down first and get this out of the way. And then we can clear this debris and then we can get in here with the truck. Common sense tells me to fall from the bottom going up. Instinct is telling me to fall from the top down. Since everything is coming this way, I can't really see why there should be a problem. No problem. Right, let's get set up. Lovely. And there's a driver. It's so simple. Anybody could drive it. Isn't it? Anyway, I've had a million smiles out of this. A million. So, yeah, we just keep going. A few at a time. Do you have any objection if I step into your vehicle? Is it my turn to drive? Move over then. Come on, let's go. Yeah. We arrived on this job this morning, 0800 hours. No, it's 0830 actually, 0833. It's now 12 noon. And well, you've seen the cutting that I've done, but I didn't film the pulling out of the other side. So let me turn the camera around. Oh, my hand in front of that camera, just not there yet. So this is our track here, and we have to go all the way round down the hill on the other side, and we're cutting over here. So we cut over here, and then we have to haul all the way round. So this is what I've managed to pull out so far. Now it's got to be cut and loaded onto the trolley, but because I've left the furthest away first, and rightfully so, because I've cut a clear path, you can see how, if I'm not very careful, I will struggle to not lose money with what I'm doing. So far this is good milling, not bad. This one here is good, but there's a lot of work in it because I've got to drag them because I don't have a forest crane. It's impregnated with grit, gravel, nasty sand. All this will need to be stripped before it goes through my saw. Otherwise, it will cost me a blade or two. And then we've got this one here, which is a bit scrabbly. I'll get something out of it, but not out the end. And the rest is just rubbish firewood, really. Yeah. So, there's a bit more firewood to pull out, but there's out of what I've cut. Yeah, that's on the floor, and I don't like dragging these. This is why it's best to do it in the winter, because you drag it through the snow, and when it gets to the sawmill, it's clean. And this is not clean. This will have to have the bark stripped, which is a whole load more work. So already I can tell you this morning what it's cost me in petrol, time and diesel, because this has been running for 2 hours. Right, that's not cheap to run. That's definitely not cheap to run. And then I've got to load it all up. Yeah, I'm going to struggle to get anything decent out of it. So you have to be grateful for the close ones where I won't end up too bad. I'm grateful for all of it, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I have to be careful what I'm doing. But anyway, well, eventually we'll work up here. We can't bring anything this way. Because firstly there's a small retaining wall here, and then there's a potato cellar, so I don't want to bring anything over the top of the hill, because that would make sense if I could just cut and then just winch it, but I can't do that. And then of course this one right by the cabin, that's still standing. That's an easy one to pull out, but I didn't want to pull that one out because then all the limbs I cut off of it will get in my way, and yeah, we don't want that. So now we're into a coffee break with my Stanley flask. And the saws are obviously doing well. I have a little sharpen on the blades. But I was hoping to get that loaded once, probably a load back, another load to take back this evening, and a load stacked up just to finish that off. But that's not going to happen. You're almost 2 loads per day when we're this far away, and they're long days. Anyhow, what does Casper do when we're out here all day? He runs. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be tracking, so he just tracks me backwards and forwards. But yeah, it's just his favourite time. And there's no bugs. So we're end of August now. And September is, that's the women's favourite month because it's not too cold. You have to wear clothes, but there's no bugs. So all those women that get bitten by these bugs, and it seems that a lot of women have bad reactions to all the bites. And of course, it's not like the odd bite. If you get attacked out here by mosquitoes, you can have 50, 60 bites in just a few minutes. They just, you know, anybody that's around mosquitoes, they don't bother me. Well, the bites don't bother me. You know, bad blood, you can't really infect bad blood, can you? So anyway, let's have some coffee and then we'll get back to it. There we go, that's that one loaded. Yeah, when you get it up like that, it don't look so bad. There's a bit of nice timber in there. Okay, back over the hill, back for some more cutting. Well, now we have a wind. I thought it was blowing in the right direction to be able to... I'm going to assess how hard it's blowing. Sometimes I don't cut in the wind. Because where the valleys and the hills and the mountains, the wind can swirl round and change direction real quick. So anyway, it's windy. Did I make a mistake today? Not with felling, no. I take felling very seriously, and the way I fell means that I eliminate 99% of the possibility for a mistake, hazard and accident. The mistake I made today was putting my thermals on. Now here's the thing, it may well be 27th of August, overnight temperature 45 degrees. We've seen a significant drop in temperature in the last week. We're 6 or 7 7 weeks away from our first snow. So here in the Arctic North, we have 24 hours of daylight in the summer, but now we have night time. And our night time increases dramatically for now until the next 10 weeks when we have permanent night time. So anyway, put my thermals on. Whoo-wee! So my wonderful friend, she makes me this lovely bread and malt loaf, and my lovely wife, she makes me cakes, and I like cakes, you know. Well, I burnt them all off today. Yeah. So no need to wash my clothes, I could just go down to the river and wring them out. Anyhow, I think it looks quite good. Let's have a look. A bit harder to speed it up, but that's 54 minutes. Let's go stand on the boundary. You've got a boundary tree there. You see all the big ones. She's marked up, but there's a big one down there. Right, well, we're on the boundary now. So that's looking straight down the boundary. So we've dropped all that. We got a few big ones. Obviously the biggest ones are right by the cabin, you know, naturally. We're not doing them today. That's the first thing in the morning. I have to wake up and decide, like this one here. She's a leaner and she's weighted that way. So you get this one wrong, the top third, that takes out the new chimney, and that is a new chimney. Soffit, rear wall, window. Yeah, she's leaning and she's weighted. Nice, as they all are here, I don't know why. I can only assume that this here, I mean, there's a great example of unmanaged forest. So there's nothing doing any good in there, nothing. So anybody thinks that that's helping the animals, wrong, 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 wrong. It isn't, because the moose can't get through there, it's too dense. Like the deer, yeah, some of the small deer can get through, but the elders, they won't go in there because they can't get through because it's too dense. Ants, termites. So that's an unmanaged forest. That needs thinning now. And then at this point you can take all the birch out because the birch has done their job. So what the birch do is they fire up first and they encourage the fir up. But you can see now the fir's ahead of the birch, so this could be stripped from birch in here and take out all the saplings, all the rubbish on the floor, manage it properly. Anyway, we got this mess to do and we're not doing it today. We've got a lot more wood to haul out there, but we haven't got any room for it, so we'll get some of it straight. Yeah, I haven't been down and tapped this big birch yet. That's a sick birch, and there's another sick birch over there. I want to take them down before they get too sick, because they're just gonna, you know, it's all right saying, oh, that's dangerous, that might fall down one day, can you take that down? But it becomes really dangerous for the soil. This one here's got to come out. You can see the orange dot there. That one there. We'll take out, we'll leave the best birch in this little group here. The straightest one, thickest one, we'll take out the other ones. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 there to come out. All of which are all weighted towards this cabin. They all want to go on the cabin, all of them. And that's a shame. You see what I was saying about winching them over the hill. This little group's got to come down, and that's where I'm loading. Now, you could quite easily see there's a winch route right there. However, if you look really carefully, there, you can see the air vent to the potato cellar. There we go. So that means, and I haven't been in this particular potato cellar, But that means the retaining wall, the side wall, could even be a little bit further back, is here somewhere. So what we don't want to be doing is dragging anything across here. We have to take it round. Not unless we pull it between those. I'll think about that when they come down. But either way, so weighted, I'll show you what I mean. All the branches are on this side. If you stand with your back square to it, in the direction of the lean, oh, look at that. So left to its own devices, that's the way it wants to go. We've got to put it down over there. No problem. It's an easy one. It's a lot easier than the one that was behind the cabin there. Okay, the wind's up. Look at that. That's it. There's no more dropping trees today. Even if the wind's in the right direction, you can pinch a saw, you can do all kinds of things. So we'll grab a quick cup of coffee and then we'll drag a few more round, put some light stuff on top of that trolley we've got, and yeah, given the time, probably call it a day. So our driver, our Uber, he's waiting. Are we late? Flies. Are we? Yeah? We've been busy cutting the trees down. So Casper, he likes to sit in there. This is his safe zone when the chainsaws are running. Now, I'll leave the door open so he can get to his water, which is over there. But he doesn't venture out, and he does the same in the winter. So the biggest problem comes in the winter when we're cutting. We didn't cut last winter, obviously, because I was undergoing some sort of weird physical disability. What was I saying? Lost my thought train there. Yeah, if we go out on the snowmobile cutting, he's got nowhere to hide. He don't like that very much. But then he does watch my back for the moose. So moose, why has he got to watch for the moose? There's a female moose in my cutting zone that learnt when she is my chainsaw, then there's food, the fresh tops of the trees, and she hasn't got to stick her head down through 1.5 meters of snow to get to it. She can just walk through and take it straight off the top. But she gets friendly some years. I mean, way too friendly. Within 5 meters. So I'm cutting away here and I look up and she's just 5 meters away there, just standing under a big spruce tree. Too close. So Casper, he watches my back, although we didn't go out last year. So anyway, let's have a cup of coffee and haul some round. Well, that's it, just the one load out of here today. Takes a while to get it from round the back. So yeah, all good. Saturday tomorrow, back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.